Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben for your Sunday's episode of Gardening with Ben podcast. So it's come out nice and early for you to listen to on this Sunday, as I'm back at work today. So I'm going to be working for the next 4 days, so I won't be back at the allotment until then. So we've recorded these in advance so that you can still listen to your daily podcast needs and get all the gardening tips and knowledge that you require. So make sure you click that subscribe button, because there's going to be an episode every single day for the next few days, and we've got lots to talk about in these episodes. This one's going to be talking about all the seeds what have come free in the magazines this month, and tomorrow's will be talking about have you got everything done in February, have you got all your jobs done, have you got all your seeds sown for February. And then in a few days we'll be talking about all the seeds to sow in March and all the jobs which need doing in the garden and allotment in March. So plenty of good episodes coming up, so make sure you do click that subscribe button. And thank you if you have clicked that subscribe button. It's great to see my subscribers going up. And yeah, I'm really enjoying doing these now. It's certainly something that I do enjoy. I didn't think I'd be able to do these podcasts, but now that I've got into the flow of them, just talking into a microphone to myself, I've certainly got used to it now. So these are quite popular, so I enjoy doing them. So it's my favourite time of the month when my gardening magazines come out, and the two gardening magazines which I get are Kitchen Garden magazine and Grow Your Own magazine, and these two magazines are absolutely filled to the brim full of gardening tips and advice. And yeah, I do a lot of reading myself. Obviously I don't know everything, so I'm still learning all the time, and it's great to read tips and advice and see other people's allotments as well, see what they're getting up to on their plots. So like I said, in this episode we're going to talk about what's come free in the magazine, as that is one of the reasons why I do get the two magazines, is for the seeds inside them. I know they're not free because you're paying for the magazine, but it feels like they're free. And yeah, the first magazine which we're going to talk about is the Grow Your Own magazine, and that cost $7.99 this month, but it came with 10 packets of seeds and some gardening gloves. So obviously the gardening gloves are quite expensive as well, so that's probably why it's cost a bit more money this month, the magazine. But yeah, it can be quite expensive when they do put extra stuff in, but we have got the seeds, which is my favourite bit. So what seeds have come in Kitchen Garden magazine this month? So this month, a lot of these seeds what we get in the magazine are stuff which can be sown now and in March. So the seeds that we have got this month in Grow Your Own magazine are leek porabella, and they can be sown from March to May. And looking at the packet, they're looking quite good, so we may try growing some leeks this year, see how well we do. I've never really had much success with leeks because I've not really put in the effort of growing them. It's not really a vegetable that I enjoy. I've never really got the taste of it, so we may give them a try and see if we do actually like leeks, and see if we can get some good crops from them. So we'll have to give that a try. Then we've got some spring onion. You can never have enough spring onions. Spring onions are good to sow in batches so that you're getting a harvest all the time and getting regular pickings. So these are spring evergreen bunching spring onions, and these can be sown from March to September, so they're hardy as well, so you can actually sow them when it's cold, and they will survive the cold weather, and you can harvest them all the way from March to October. So it's great little spaceful, to be honest. You can fill your spaces wherever you've got a gap, put a row of spring onion, and yeah, always room to fit some of those in. They don't take up not much room whatsoever. Then we've got some lamb's lettuce. I don't think I've ever tried tasting lamb's lettuce. So yeah, we might give that a try and see what that actually tastes like. I do need to grow some more salad stuff, salad leaves and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get a little salad leaf area growing on the allotment. And that's like got 175 seeds in it, so you're getting your money's worth, it's definitely. Then we've got some cheval, which is a herb. I don't think I've tried it, to be honest. It says it's a sweet flavour with a touch of aniseed, and you can sow it between January and December. So I might give that a try and see if we can grow some and see what it actually tastes like. And there's 500 seeds in here. Not that I need 500 cheval plants, but yeah, they certainly do put a lot of seeds in some of these packets, what you don't really need that many for, which baffles me sometimes. But oh well. And then we've got tomato mini bell. Now I've never tried growing these before. That's the thing with this magazine, is that you'll get seeds what you probably wouldn't purchase in the shops. So it's great to try new stuff, and sometimes you'll get great crops from them, and then you'll grow them yourself and keep on growing them. So these are tomato mini bell. So yeah, these are more for pots by the looks of it. So I could grow these in my polytunnel, and it's small sweet tomatoes, perfect for patio containers and baskets. So yeah, it looks pretty good, and there's no need to stake them either, which is good. You don't have to faff around staking them up and keeping them tied up. And 50 seeds in that, so we'll probably give them a try this year. So you'll have to stay tuned to see how well we actually get on with tomato mini bell. And yeah, I'll be sharing photos on my Instagram of them ones of how well they get on. Then we've got cauliflower romanesco natalino, and these can be sown from April to July. Now these look very strange on the picture. I've never grown them myself. I've only tried growing the white ones, and obviously I grow the purple ones as well, which I get great results from. I've not managed to get some seeds, purple cauliflower seeds yet. I'm going to have to order some of those online, I think, because I do get great crops with them ones, and I want to carry on growing them. So I'll have to order some of those online, possibly from Amazon or somewhere like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll try growing some of those cauliflowers this year and see if we get some great results. Then chard, rhubarb chard, Vulcan. I've never tried chard to eat, I don't think. I wouldn't know what it tastes like. I've not tried a lot of these, to be honest. But yeah, I've never tried them. And you can sow that from April to July and harvest between July and November. But yeah, we'll have to see if it does well. And you can carry on cropping them through winter in a clot, if you put a clot protection over them from October onwards to encourage cropping into the winter. And like again, 60 seeds in that. So yeah, and leaves can be cooked like spinach, and the stems are tasty too. So we'll see how they get on. Then we've got some red onions seeds. Now I've started all white ones off, but I've not started any red onion seeds off, so we'll possibly try some of those. You can sow them between January and April. I've tried growing red onion sets, and I've never had any luck with growing red onion sets. For some bizarre reason, they always seem to go to seed. Whether it's because of the variety, I have no idea. But I've never had any luck with red onion seed, so we'll possibly give them a try. I'm going to be doing a lot of sowing here, aren't I? Then we've got some garlic chives, which are broad leaves with a hint of garlic. These can be sown between January and December, and harvest between January and December also. And yeah, I've got some chives growing, but I don't think the garlic variety. So that will be nice to add some flavour in to meals as well. So we'll have to get some of those sown. 150 seeds. I could start a shop off with all these seeds and start selling the plants. I wish I could, give up work and sell all these plants. But yeah, one day. And then we've got some tarragon Russian. Vigorous, bushy and productive plants. I think I've sown some tarragon. I'll have to check what on my list of seeds what I've sown to see if we've sown any tarragon. But yeah, these can be sown now, and 350 seeds in this one. So we'll be having plenty of tarragon growing on the allotment. So that is all the seeds what have come free in this month's magazine of Grow Your Own and Kitchen Garden magazine. No, that was all the seeds what are in the Grow Your Own magazine. Now we're going to have a look and see what seeds we've got in the kitchen garden. Like I say, you get 10 free packets in both magazines, so that's 20 packets of seeds to grow. Obviously you probably won't grow all of these, but feel free to give them to a friend, give them to an allotment neighbour, and share them between you, because there's plenty of swap groups as well on Facebook where you can swap seeds with other people. They may have seeds that you want, and you may have seeds what they want, and it's great to share with people and start doing a seed swap, because you might get some great seeds from other people what you could try. So the seeds what have come in the Kitchen Garden magazine are tomato Coeur de Bleu, and these can be sown between January and April. I never start my tomato seeds off until March time. They always seem to catch up. It's never warm enough in my greenhouse to start them off in January. But yeah, we'll be starting some of those off this month, and we'll see how well they get on. A large meaty heart-shaped fruit, and they weigh up to 200 grams each. So these are pretty massive, these. So yeah, I might give a couple of those a try. There's 50 seeds in them, but obviously I won't need 50 plants. I've done that in the past. I've sown all my tomato seeds, everyone's germinated, and I've potted them all up, and I've had like 50 tomato plants growing in my polytunnel, and it's way too much. I certainly don't need that many. So we'll have to see how well we do with them. I've also picked up some tomato seeds today from Wilkinson's, because I'd not got any of these seeds what have come in the magazine, and I stick to some of the regular ones which I do like to grow myself. Next up, we've got some radish Sparkler 3. Now that is one of the fastest growing vegetables, radish. You can keep doing successive sowings of radish so that you keep getting crops on a regular basis, and you can get some great results with radish. And yeah, you can add them to your salads. If you're growing lots of lettuce leaves and stuff like that, add them in with some lettuce and give it a bit of a kick. Then we've got some parsnips, and these can be sown between February and May. Now parsnips take absolutely ages to grow. You're not meant to harvest parsnips until after the first frost, because that adds the flavour into the parsnip. So yeah, parsnips are very nice and tasty. Obviously you can roast them and stuff like that and get some great results from them. Then we've got some more spring onions, white Lisbon. Again, you've always got room to plant spring onions. You can just fit them in gaps and fill up spaces, and yeah, keep sowing them on a regular basis so that you're picking them all the time, all the way through the year. Then we've got some spinach beet. That can be sown between March and July. Everybody loves a bit of spinach. It always makes me laugh, spinach, when you buy it from shops and stuff like that, and then you like fry it and it shrinks up very small, and you hardly get anything from the plant once you do it. So yeah. Then we've got broccoli, autumn green calabrese, and you sow that between March and May and harvest it between September and November. So you're going to be having some nice Sunday dinners with some fantastic broccoli, and it's absolutely gorgeous broccoli. Definitely homegrown broccoli, tastes beautiful. You can't get anything nicer than homegrown broccoli. Then we've got turnips. I was sorting throughout all my seeds the other day, and I didn't realise how many packets of turnips I actually have. So I may have to start giving some of my seeds away and swapping with other people to see if they've got anything decent. Then we've got some more leeks, elephant. So these are big leeks, these. And yeah, these can be sown now, and then you harvest them through October through to March. So again, a nice winter vegetable to grow all the way through winter, and be able to pick something through the winter so that you can still eat crops what you're growing through the winter. Then something I absolutely disgust, celery. I'll definitely be giving these seeds away, called green sleeves. You sow it between March and May and harvest it between August and November. But I absolutely hate celery. I will not grow celery. I've never tried growing celery, and I won't ever try growing celery. So don't expect me to grow celery and share celery tips. And then we've got some lettuce. Like I was saying, I need to start growing more cut and come lettuce, start doing more like salads and stuff like that this year. So I'm going to be looking at making a proper salad bed this year and see if we can get some decent results from them. So yeah, that is all the seeds what have come in the magazine this month. Again, like I said, like there's 20 packets of seeds there, and you don't have to sow all the packet of seeds. Just sprinkle a few in and save the rest for another year, or give them to an allotment neighbour, or share them with a friend or family member. Let some kids try sowing them if you've got any grandchildren or nephews or nieces. Let them sow some seeds and grow some vegetables at home, because it's great to encourage other people to grow stuff at home as well, and hopefully get some fantastic results from growing them. So that's been your episode today on what free seeds you get in the magazines this month. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do click that subscribe button, because then you get notified when the new podcast is uploaded. And yeah, tomorrow's episode will be all about, have you done all the jobs that you needed to do in February, and have you planted all your seeds for this month, and see what you can get done before March starts, because who knows what the weather's going to be like. The last couple of days has been absolutely glorious. Definitely good gardening weather, and to get some seeds started as well. So hopefully we'll have a nice March, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if we get a decent one. Fingers crossed we do, and we get a nice heat wave like we did in the first coronavirus pandemic lockdown, where it was absolutely glorious, and I got a fantastic suntan during the time while we were not allowed to go anywhere. You were still allowed to go to the allotment, but I managed to get a fantastic allotment tan. So yeah, make sure you tune into tomorrow's episode. Until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.